Hello and welcome to the Quever channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's an interesting thing. I've noticed that when I do my vlog, I always focus on the camera talking to all of you. It's something I had to learn. It was very hard because for autistic people don't usually like to make that kind of eye contact all the time. It can be exhausted for us because when we try to do that, we start, am I looking too much? Am I looking at the camera too much? Things go through our head so much about when we make eye contact and that. So this is why my camera's at the side usually, and I do my gaming here. You can see me in profile, you can see what's going on in room, you can that, and I'm playing the game, and you know I'm looking at the game. Anyway, back to the projects. Okay, so I cannot afford, and I am not going to put any more money into the Spectrum 48K. It is just too old now. It's like I'd love to buy more CRTs and I can't. The one CRT I've got, I know one time when I turn it on, it's not going to work. And getting it repaired is going to be almost impossible. So I have to prepare for the future. I have to plan for the future. So I can't justify, even though I could get another Spectrum 48K for about £40–50, I can't justify it. If I can't fix that one, if I can't get it to actually work and read any kind of data files, any kind of game files, then it's just going to go away. I have enough overlay from other coping strategies to cover that side. It sucks, but there isn't even really a modern equivalent. I am going to look it up because there's probably a chance that somewhere out there is some sort of Raspberry Pi that you can plug in, that you can take the case of Spectrum and just have it so it looks and feels just like the original. So that might be something. So it's partially non-functional as part of my ecosystem now. So what are we doing moving forward? The big thing is that I am just waiting to be contacted by the refund people for Pimax. It is being refunded, and the thing is, the Pimax was bought with the fund that came from when I had to sell all my disabled stuff and all my equipment from the other house and things that got lost. And it came from that fund, the Pimax did. And so that money's going to have to go back into that kind of system. Now, I put a lot of thought into this. That's what my brain does. So I could get another Spectrum. I could get lots of Spectrums, but the chance of getting one that actually just works, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. At the moment, I've got a little digital drive I use with it. That should work perfectly. It should work with me. It was working perfectly. That's why I know that it's just something in the Spectrum that has degraded, because it was working perfectly. So what was I talking about? My brain's just gone completely blank. So I am not going to go down that route. So I've been looking at what can I add to, and the one project that I can think of is my tablet, my wonderful tablet with the 4070 in and all set up in there. It is really one part of an ecosystem, and the ecosystem is the dock that goes with it. Now, the dock is very expensive, but the dock does contain a 4090 in it, and it is a complete, and it's also a hub, and it powers the entire unit. So let me explain what that means. Let me just go get it. So at the moment, the way this works is this. You use the power supply to connect here or here. That's the one that's more like that one. But that is also your Thunderbolt connection. So when you put the power supply in that, you lose access to that completely. It's gone away. And this thing only has one USB-A there. And as part of its proprietary thing, it has a USB-C. So it does not have enough connections to be a fully functioning desktop. It just doesn't. No matter how much you put through wireless in there is limitations to it. It's amazing. This tablet is fucking amazing. I love it. And in a pinch, it can do everything that a desktop can. But you are constricted and limited. Especially because you've also got the limit of, if you want to use it as a desktop replacement, it doesn't have a HDMI out and it doesn't have a proper, it has a display port out, but if you use the display port out, it's the same one that you're going to be using for your Thunderbolt connection and that, and it's not perfect. So you're very limited. You're fighting the ports at every turn. As a tablet, fine. As a little laptop, it's fine. But if you want to use it as a desktop replacer, if you want to, for example, use it through the entire of summer, if the weather gets too hot and you're down in the kitchen, for example, and you don't want to turn on a big computer, you can use this instead. Good. Now the dock is very expensive, and for my use case, it's perfect. It turns this into a complete unit. Not only does it plug into this proprietary connector here, it has a 4090 built into it. You unfortunately can't get it without the 4090. And it connects to a dock. Doing that means it powers the unit, so you don't need to use this one here for power, so that frees up a full Thunderbolt there. And on the back end of the dock, you have, I think it's three, one USB-C and 3 or 2 USB-A type, something like that. So it basically turns this into a full computer, and I will be able to use this for most of the summer. So that's the plan, to finish off the upgrade of that, to finish off its full, take it to its full capabilities. Good thing is that that computer is 3 years warranty on site, everything covered. So that is the plan. The plan is to do that, and another part of that is going towards an arcade machine, an actual arcade machine for this room. As you've noticed, I've moved the 2 desks away that were just behind me. So this arcade machine, sorry, my brain got very distracted instantly on something else. So the arcade machine is going to be about, well, my brain is still distracted. It's going to sit behind me. It's not the most expensive one. It's not the cheapest one. But the nice thing about this arcade machine, it's called the Legends Ultimate, and it's got a massive fan base, because you can add your own games to it. It comes with 300 games, but there's something out there called Awesome Source, which once I've got it all set up, I will actually be doing a video and set of videos on it. Yes, he'll be able to do Space Invaders and all those things, and taking me back to the time when I used to be in. I mean, after that first time that I went to Tenby in Wales and got to play on a Space Invader machine in the local campsite, I spent so much of my spare time doing jobs for my mum around the house to collect thingies, so that the next time we went to Tenby, I didn't want to go to the beaches, I didn't want to go explore thingy, I went straight to the arcades. And the sound of the arcades, being in that kind of environment, I could forget everyone. Didn't have to. It was me and the machines. I didn't care if there was people, because it was just zoom. And it just means that it's something I've always wanted, and it's something that I would know. Now, I don't know if you can see, but Beryl, look at what Beryl's doing with Bertie. Look at what she's doing. She is trying to get him to move. She is trying to stop him from going to sleep. I told you it happened. You didn't believe me. You didn't believe me what she was like. But when if Beryl doesn't think it's sleep time, if Beryl doesn't think that Bertie should be sleeping, what she will do is, poor baby, is basically climb on his head and hump him until he moves. It's so wrong. But see, she's took over the bed now. She's took over the bed. She's took over that bed now because she wanted that bed, and therefore no, she doesn't want to go to sleep. But he can't go to sleep. Bertie can't go to sleep until Beryl decides it. Now, this is how we know. This is how we know that Beryl, even though she's got cancer and that, is still happy. She still does stuff. She still is her own self, and that this is where we know that it isn't time for her life to end, because she's still got that kind of, you're horrible to him, aren't you, Beryl? It's like you're horrible to him. You're horrible to him. Aren't you? Everybody thinks you're such a beautiful, innocent little puppy who is so friendly. So nice. And you can be a little shit to Bertie, can't you? You can be a total shit to Bertie. You can. So that's how we know that Beryl is still herself. We've joked about it, me and the actual vet, because he's seen her doing it as well. It's like, as long as Beryl has got enough energy to annoy Bertie, then we know her quality of life is still there. It doesn't sound, but Bertie, as you can see, is lying down again down there. He just wants to go to sleep. But Beryl, if she notices that he's gone to bed and she doesn't want to go to bed, then he's not going to get any sleep. Oh. So, yeah. When I get the stuff set up and that, it should be a really good counterbalance to losing the small stuff as well. I did think about saving up for a big, a old arcade machine, but unfortunately the cost of them, if you want to get a Space Invader arcade that's reconditioning, and I mean professionally reconditioned, you're talking in the thousands. And then the delivery charge and everything. The good thing about this unit, it comes part assembled, so it should be easy to bring it up here and build it upstairs. Won't really ever be taking it out of here once it's built, but hey. So yes, that is the plan. I'm downloading the last parts of what's called the Awesome Source, which is like a 2 terabyte operating system and gaming system for the damn thing. And it's amazing thing that's just been created by fans because people love it. It doesn't have to be the best arcade. It's got a wonderful control system, which once I've got it, I'll do a big review on it and show you. But that's going to help a lot. So this is Jason for the Quebec channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day.